Hiya! Thanks for being here today. Today we're going to cover off contouring and kind of completing a face look. So just for basic information today, as you can see, I have put on a lot of my contouring as I would kind of organise it on my face, less some of the contour which I'll add on in a little second around the cheekbones, etc. But just try and give you an idea of what I do when it comes to contouring. So for products that we're using today, I've used my highlight, which is the Kryolan Ultrafoundation in Fair Olive, and I've been using my contour, which is also Kryolan Ultrafoundation, which is Tan 5. Now, on top of that, you will need a couple of brushes. I use these very cheap brushes. One is towards my highlight, the other one towards my contour. And I use a couple of makeup blending sponges. These things get really dirty. I have to wash them soon, but I'll get around to that a bit later. So in terms of technique, what I tend to do is I will tend to put the contour on my face in blobs. So if I get closer, you can see it's on my face in blobs. So I've basically put some on the brush and I've then stuck it onto my face. And I do that for a couple of reasons. Number one, as an alternative, you can see you can paint it on like this, as I've done here on my jawline. If you paint it on, then you can get far too much on far too quickly and you're not really in control of it. What I like to do is to make sure it's actually blended out. I like to put it on in the kind of blobs because it then guarantees that when I come to blend it, I have to kind of blend it all together because you have to blend out the blobs of colour. So if you take a makeup sponge such as this, I have two, one is always for highlight, one is always for contour. You can then blend out that colour. Now the blobs are gone. Do the same on the forehead. So once again, you can see that we can just blend out the forehead and we're starting to get rid of that excess. So you can start to get that highlight. I'll do the jawline now as well. So we're highlighting here just to kind of push the jaw back a little bit. Okay, and on this side, just to try to blend that out a little bit. And just get that looking nice and smooth. You can see the look kind of coming together now. Highlight on the top lip, on this area. Again, we blend that out. That's just again helping to highlight, particularly above your cupid's bow, so when you're putting your lipstick on, that's really useful. And then we'll just go down the bridge of the nose. Okay, so I've done a little bit on the end of my nose. Just blend that out. Then use the tip just to sort of highlight the top of the nose. And we get that all cleared up. Now, next I'm going to do this area here. So as you can see, this is going to highlight under the eyes. Just again blending that out, so we've got this nice bright contrasted area here. And we're taking that down the side of the nose as well. I've also taken it up into the inside corner of the eye here. Now these sponges are, I find, a little bit chunky to get into that part, but you can do a pretty good job just with a finger. So we'll highlight the side of the nose. Okay, so that's kind of all coming together. Now, because I've already done my eyes, now I've got most of my eye makeup on, this nice sort of glittery colour. We don't want to interfere with that too much. So with my eyes, what I've done is I've basically done everything inside the socket. I haven't done anything under my eye. I haven't done the eyeliner on the actual waterline. I haven't done anything that's really, you know, fine touches. I've done the major areas, the major eyeshadow, and I've made sure that I've stuck down my glitter so the eyes are all nice and basically everything that might fall off my face and onto my cheeks, I've got it out of the way so it's not going to impact putting on this contour. So I'm just going to use my finger just to blend into the corner here, just to smooth that out like so, and we'll do the same on this side. Just to try and create a nice light base on the inside of the eye that we can then apply shadow or something to later, depending on how we want to highlight it. Just finish off the bridge here. Get that done. And we're just looking for any areas that perhaps haven't been quite so neatly blended, and just go over those again. So this is all of the highlighting done. So once this is done, all of our highlighting is complete and all of our light spots are done. So now, dark spots. Now you can see again, I've done the same around my forehead. Blobbed it on. The blobbing, instead of painting it, is going to force me to blend it, because I'm going to have to close the gaps between them, and I will be spreading the product. So you can really see that you are actually blending. You're not just dabbing on top of, you know, where you've just painted it on. I find it's much better in terms of kind of controlling your application. So you can see here, quite easy to start bringing these together, and we want to just work out those blobs so they're gone. Now, I would normally get to this much faster because I was a bit delayed between putting this on and starting this video today. So I'm a little bit, this would normally be a little bit easier actually, because I would normally have got to it. So I would normally have got to it long before now. And the product's just starting to dry a little bit. So we'll kind of do the best we can here. Just in case any noise, my daughter is lumping around in her bedroom, so there we go. So that seems to kind of blended out the forehead. I've also taken this down the jawline here, so you can see we're going to blend this out. Okay, last parts, delicate parts, nose and cheeks. So I'll show you this time. Take your contour brush, kind of decide where you want your cheeks to be. Now you can kind of suck in and see where about your cheeks are. I tend to go for a line that extends from the top of the ear down to here, and try and taper that line in. Some people will curve it right the way under here if you're trying to create quite appley cheeks, what I think of as sort of Kate Blanchett cheek, which is quite a sort of appley prominent cheek. So let's do something interesting today. So we take our product and we just start to dab that roughly where we want it to be. Almost like you're creating some kind of cat, cheetah, leopard style approach. Now, if I show you here, if we bring that down here, like so, going down towards the corner of the mouth. So on the other side, try and balance it up. Okay. So we've got both sides done. And then while we're here, just do the bridge of the nose. So I'll look in my mirror to do this one. Just blend under the nose, blend that out. Good. Now what I tend to do is I tend to take one of these sponges, just on the edge, and pull down away from that line. Try not to blend directly onto the line, and pull that down. Okay, so pulling it down, leaving a sharp line, but just pulling it down, pulling the colour down the side of the nose. Which is helping to smooth the line out, but also to sort of help taper that colour down the side, approaching where you highlighted, just keeping it all together. And then once we've kind of done that, we can then dab and just blend in as usual. Okay, cheeks. That's basically fine. Looking good. Last thing to do is just to make sure we've definitely got that nice light section down the bridge of the nose. So I'll just cover that over again. Make sure it's nice and light. And then blend that in. Just light pressure directly on top. Okay, so that's basically our contouring done. It's quite bold. It looks stronger now than it will do, because we have to put on powder. So the next step is to use our Coty Airspun powder. So I just tap some into the lid. So I have some nice in the lid here. Use our sponge. And just apply that quite firm pressure over the face. And that's going to take the edge off most of that contour work, so it's not quite so striking. Not quite so in your face and bold. Okay, so this is a neutral powder. It's not white, it's not going to do anything much for your highlighting. So I'm going to just take my powder brush, just get off any excess. And we're good to go. So at this stage, in terms of face, my eyes are basically done. I've got to finish them off, got to do my brows. I've still got to do my lips, obviously. And I still have to actually kind of finish the face with blush, with some bronzing powder, and for example, with a little bit of sort of shimmer, shine type products as well. So I'll just show you the products that I use on top of my face now, just to kind of complete where we've done this highlighting. And then I'll get onto my eyes later. So first product I use is this MAC Matte Bronze. This is probably one of my oldest products. You can see I've kind of got the most use out of this one. I have a specific brush for this, again, just a cheap brush from a cheap set into here. And then we're just going over the areas that we contoured. So these are the areas where we applied the bolder colour, just to try and sort of lift that up again. You can equally just use blush for some of this. For example, jawline, top of the forehead, and on the cheeks. You can get away with just a blush, depending on the type of blush it is. If it's a darker colour, then you'll probably be okay with that. And I'll just do a little swipe down the side of the nose, just to bolden up where we apply that contour. Now, next, blush. This is my MAC Sheer Tone Shimmer Blush, which is in the colour Plum Foolery. Now, again, I have a cheap brush specifically for this. Only use with this blush. So just get a bit of colour onto the cheeks. Okay, you can see that. Now, last product I use is this Mineralize Skinfinish powder by MAC, which is in Soft and Gentle. This creates a really nice sort of shimmery sparkle, great for a nighttime look. Not probably, certainly not necessary for a lot of this makeup I'm doing now, contouring everything, it's very nighttime look. So this wouldn't be necessary for a daytime look, but I have my, again, specific brush for that. And this one I've broken up quite a bit, but I just go over my blush to give it a bit of a shimmer, and I apply it to my highlighted areas. So get a bit of a shimmer on the blush area. So real nice shine on the tops of the cheeks. And then just a dab, not too much. It can be quite greying. If you put too much of this, it can make the skin quite grey. Just a dab on the chin, forehead, down the bridge of the nose, just where you did the contour. Simple as that. And that is skin finished. So after this, touch up the eyes, get your eyeliner on the waterline, get your wings on, brow, lips. And you're done. So that's my process for contouring the face, taking you through, where I apply it. So I'm quite happy with the general contouring that I do, but I feel like my cheekbone contouring is not as good as it could be. It's not bad by any means, but it could be better. So I'm going to maybe try and experiment with that a little bit, try and work out how I can get that a bit finer, a bit better. Just see if I can do something to kind of lift this cheek hair. I feel like I could maybe be bringing it back just a little bit more curved under here, which I have done before. But I'll have to do a bit of work and experiment and see what works for me. Anyway, thanks for watching this video. If there are any questions about contouring, about how you would apply this, etc. Again, it's the same old products. I've talked about them lots and lots and lots on my website and on previous videos about foundation and that kind of stuff. If you have any questions, please do let me know in the comment section down below. Feel free to like, share and subscribe. If you want to be able to get hold of me, you can do so through my email address, which is juliettesnoir@gmail.com, or through my website, juliettenoir.uk. Thanks for watching this video again today. Talk to you again soon, and as ever, bye. Bye.